Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Let's see here. Hang on while I get everything set up. If you can hear me, please do me a favor and pop into the comments and just let me know. I haven't done this in a very, 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 very long time. So, all right. Let's see. Welcome to TikTok Live. Thank you very much. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll move this camera over a little bit. There we go. Let's put up the first. Yeah. All right. Take a few minutes here before anybody pops in. When you do pop in, let me know if you can hear my audio. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this is a brand new effort here. This is something we're calling the Friday Night Flip Off. Basically, the idea is for you to cleanse your soul. This is your chance to flip people off who, well, they upset you. Bottom line. Man, I have not talked for a long time. It's crazy. Ugh, I need to. If you can hear me out there, please let me know. Just send me a quick comment. Doesn't look like anybody's joined yet, so we'll just sit here and wait for people to pop in eventually. Smoke him if you got him. I put a lot of time and effort into all these graphics and things, so hopefully at some point somebody's going to pop in here and then we can get the ball rolling. I know everybody's out partying. It's Friday night. If you're just popping in, let me explain to you what is happening here. This is something we call the Friday Night Flip Off, and the Friday Night Flip Off is designed to be a way for you to get therapy without actually having to go to therapy. And so basically the way it works is I've put together 5 of my own flip-offs, and these flip-offs go to whoever you want, but there are some rules. So let me go ahead and show you the rules here quick. So these are the flip-off rules. The first rule is that we're here to have fun. I don't want to dive into heavy debates or anything like that. I get enough of that in my daily life. So the first rule, let's have fun. The second rule is we don't use names. We're not here to personally assail people. And then the third rule is no politics. And the fourth rule is no personal attacks. So if you're just popping in, I'll kind of explain to you what's going on here. The idea is that we're going to spend some time together getting things off of our chest. So what I would like to know from you right now is if there's anybody in your life, no names, who you would like to flip off, then you phrase it like this. I want to flip off the person in the grocery store who ... See how that works? I want to flip off the person who in traffic did this ... And you can see I've got my first flip off up there. And it's gross. I'll admit it's gross, but it's something that has been on my mind. It's been deep in my soul. And so so again, if you're just popping in, I want to know who you want to flip off tonight. But remember, we have rules, okay? Let's have fun. No names, no politics, no personal attacks, okay? So as we get people joining in here, comment in to us here who you'd like to flip off tonight. Who is it? Is it your neighbor? Is it your spouse? Yes, your spouse is fair game tonight. Is it your boss? Is it that server at the restaurant that you went to the other night? I want to know tonight who you would like to flip off. And again, those are the rules. No names, no politics, no personal attacks. Don't go after other people in this stream. No names, no politics, no personal attacks. Okay? So we got all the rules down. All right. So you see you see my first flip off up there? By the way, can you guys read those? Let me know. The way this is going out, some of you can see it in landscape. Others of you can see it in vertical video, depending on where you're watching. And so I've adjusted the graphics and the comments and everything accordingly. If you're watching in landscape, you can see the comments from people who are on TikTok, even though you may not be on TikTok. And if you're watching in vertical, you'll see the comments from YouTube and other places where we're broadcasting. So please let me know, just to start off, can you read that first flip off? And if you can't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been on my mind for a while. I want to flip off. I'm glad my wife's not watching. She's asleep. I want to flip off people who are grossed out by snot swallowers. So here's the scenario that I'm going to give you, okay? So you're in a movie theater, and there's a scene in a movie when somebody, for whatever reason, has a lot of phlegm in their mouth. And so they do the thing, where they gather it all together, and instead of spitting it out, they swallow it. Oh, I know. Friday night gross out, right? Instead of Friday night flip off. Here's my question. Why is spitting it out any grosser than swallowing it? It's already in your mouth. You're going to slosh it around. You've already tasted everything that there is to taste. So why is it more gross to swallow it where it just goes back inside you, which is where it came from, or to spit it out on the sidewalk where other people have to walk by and look at it, or slip on it, heaven forbid, because snot is slippery. So I want to flip off people who are grossed out by snot swallowers. So you can comment on that if you want. I'd love to know your feedback about my flip off, or you can provide a flip off of your own. Who would you like to flip off tonight so that you can go to bed feeling better, like you did something, like you accomplished something today? This is your chance. I'm offering you a very unique opportunity here to flip people off. And again, we have rules. So again, the rules: have fun. No names. Don't be going after the other people who post here. You can go after me if you want. I don't care about that. No politics, no personal attacks. Okay. So, and you can join us. We're on YouTube right now. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. So we're all over the place. Okay, so that's my first flip off. People who are grossed out by snot swallowers. If you, I'm 12. I know. I'm 12. I get it. I understand. Okay, let's go to the next flip off. By the way, I'm just figuring out my TikTok comments here, so I want to make sure that I'm seeing your posts. Vex says hello. Becky says hello. Alan says hello. Hey, Alan. Landon. Bo. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Who would you like to flip off tonight? I've given you a very good example. I'll give you another example. And by the way, can you guys hear me? Let me know if my mic volume is too low. I'm going to turn it up. I'm getting a notice here. Is that any better? Wow, it seems really low. Why is that? Hang on a sec. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if the volume is good. I'm going to turn it up a little bit here on TikTok and see if that will help. Wow, that's a lot of boost. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm getting a lot of likes and a lot of viewers, so I'm assuming you'll let me know if you can't hear me. But I'm not seeing. Let me just try one more thing here. Sorry, I have not done a live in a very long time, as you might have noticed. So, okay. So if you're just joining us, this is the Friday Night Flip Off, the time when we get together and talk about the people that we want to flip off. So the water bottle on, let's see if this will work. The water bottle 2881 says that the volume is a little bit low and they will be over on YouTube. What is the deal here? Hang on. I can fix it. I just don't want things to get too crazy. Is that a little bit better? Let me know. Something happened. Something messed with my microphone settings. Now I'm going to have to go in and redo it all. But that should be louder. Please let me know if that is better. And then I'm going to see here. I'm trying to bring up the comments here, because I should be able to show you the comments from the other side of the world here. And so far, it's not letting me do that either. Again, this is, while I'm messing with this, I'll give you a chance to, oh, here it is. There we go. All right, that's the way a comment is supposed to look. But it didn't show up on the other side. So hang on a sec. One more second. I know we're just troubleshooting live here. But I promise we'll get this. Just want both sides, all sides, to be able to see what is going on. Okay. All right. So once again, this is the Friday Night Flip Off. Your chance to flip off whoever you want, but you can't use names. and you can't use personal attacks towards anybody who's out there, especially anybody else who's participating in this broadcast. Please let me know if the volume level is better. I don't know what's going on. I guess I could always move. Ooh, that gives away my secrets. Can you guys see that? Can you see where the microphone is? Let's see. I'll get a little bit closer so you can see. See it? See the microphone? Tricky, huh? See that? Let's scoot it back just a little bit. Okay. So far, none of you have joined in on the flip off. A lot of you are watching. A lot of you have sent some very nice things, but I need you to take this opportunity to send me your flip off. What happened to you today where maybe you gave somebody the actual finger? Maybe you said a little expletive under your breath. Now is your chance. So I've shared the first one. I flipped off people who are grossed out by people who swallow their own snot. I don't know why that cracks me up so much. It's already in your mouth. I don't know what the problem is. Spitting it out is worse to me. I don't understand. So if you ever see me like really getting ready, look away, because I might swallow. Okay, my next flip off. Here we go. I know I said no politics, but this one is, I don't want to make this political, but I just saw it again. I watch news all day long, and those of you who know me, I am a politics junkie, okay? And just consistently in the media, people are accused of racism. And I want to flip off anybody who's accused of racism, who goes to the default, I'm not racist, I have friends who are black. Stop it. How can you not know? This is what? It's just stop. Don't do it. Because first of all, it doesn't prove anything. It doesn't prove anything. You can have a very good relationship with somebody of a different ethnicity and develop a liking for that person and them like you, and still harbor widespread feelings of hate towards everybody else of that particular group. So just because you happen to have a friend in that group does not exclude you from racism. And not only that, it's everybody's going to laugh at you. Stop. Here's how I would handle it, okay? And by the way, I've been at Duck Radio for almost 25 years, not anymore, but was. And when people didn't like what I had to say, they would often play the race card. And they would say, well, yeah, you're a racist. And you know what my answer is? No, I'm not. Yeah, that's it. No, I'm not. Would you care to deal with the point I made? No, I'm not. I'm not. You should feel, see, there are people who play this card to gain an advantage in a debate or a discussion. And I'm not saying that this is always when it's used, because it's not. There are legitimate times to play it and to use it. But there are those who are just looking to put you on the defensive. And they are praying that you say, no, I'm not racist. I have friends who are black. Don't do it. Do not fall into that trap. Okay? Don't do it. It's simple. Somebody accuses you of racism and you're not. You just say, no, I'm not. Can we get back to the point? Can we get back to the discussion? And we might as well add to the flip-off people who play the race card to gain an advantage in a debate or a discussion. Let's add both of those people into the group. Hey, if you're just joining us, you have found the Friday Night Flip Off. This is a place where I invite you, I encourage you. This is the only place on the planet where you're going to be encouraged to flip somebody off. And here at the Friday Night Flip Off, we do it for all the right reasons. We do it for all the good reasons. And that's so you can feel better, so you can feel good about yourself. And maybe if you're tempted to flip somebody the bird out in the public, if you're tempted to do this, maybe you'll say, you know what, I would, but I'm going to hold that for JMac and the Friday Night Flip Off. So here's how it works. You just type in, I want to flip off, and then you fill in the information. And I know there's some training here, and I know there's like a dam that needs to burst. Like, people aren't normally encouraged to do this, so I know it's going to take some training here and some encouragement. But I promise when you do it, you will feel better. And remember, we do have some rules, okay? We want to have fun. We don't call people names. No politics. We could talk broad-based politics, but I don't want to get into specifics or individuals. You get enough of that on these platforms and on TV. There are many places where you can engage in that, and feel free to do so. But let's make let's make the Friday Night Flip Off a safe space, shall we? And no personal attacks, especially towards other people who are watching or joining or who are sharing their flip offs. So who's going to be the first? I've already shared 2 with you. I've lined up 5 flip offs tonight. So I've already shared 2. Who's going to be the first to jump in here and share the first flip off? Anybody out there brave enough to share the first flip off? And by the way, please let me know, is the audio good? Can you read what's on the screen? Still tweaking, still working this all out. So please let me know. Who is going to be the first? Or do you want my third flip off? Would you like my third flip off? If you're just joining us, the first flip off was people who think it's gross to swallow your snot. I want to flip you off. It's already in your mouth. It's grosser to spit it out. That's when other people can see it. It's grosser to spit it out. It's not like you're going to experience anything bad when you swallow it. Just swallow it. It's just gross, leaving it on the sidewalk or anything else. So I'm flipping you off if you think it's gross. Who do you want to flip off tonight? The second flip off of the night from me is to people who say, I'm not racist. I have friends who are of that ethnicity. Just stop. Just stop. There's nothing you can say or do in the moment when somebody has accused you of racism. There is no line where a phrase will come out of your mouth and that person is going to go, oh, my bad. I guess you're not a racist. It's not going to happen, okay? Don't be afraid of the allegation. If you're not a racist, just say, yeah, no, not a racist. Sorry, not a racist. So that's my second flip off. Which one of you, Girlette, hi, Rocket Man 1, what's your flip off tonight? Ratchet Ron, Ratchet, who do you want to flip off tonight? Carrie Creations, it's got to be somebody in your life. Excuse me. Young Blessed, got to be somebody in your life who you want to flip off. And thank you for the like, Young Blessed. Let's see. Arcomator, hello. And who would you like to flip off tonight? Let me know. Who's going to be our first? Or are you ready for the third? Maybe we just need some examples here so that you guys can get the flavor of what I'm talking about. So let's go to the third one here. I want to flip off restaurants who think that pickles should be served by default on burgers. Pickles are gross. They're disgusting. They do not belong on burgers. But I understand people might have different tastes. I don't get your tastes. I think your tastes are gross. But, okay, you want pickles on your burgers? Ask for pickles on your burgers. Because here's the problem. If I say no pickles, which I have to every single time, there's a couple of consequences for that. Some good, some not so good. The good consequence is that a lot of places like McDonald's and other places, they are going to have to make your order fresh. That takes longer. So you'll end up waiting in the parking lot or way down at the next window. But the other consequence is if they mess up and they leave the pickles on. There is no recovery from pickles left on the burger. There's no recovery. Pickles pollute and contaminate everything. You know, if I don't ask for onions, I'd probably pick the onions off. But you can't just take pickles off of a burger and eat it. If I ask for no tomatoes, I can take the tomatoes off if they forget. If I say no lettuce, I can take the lettuce off. But for pickles, there is no recovery. So I want to flip off anybody out there who runs a business and you think that pickles should be the default on a burger. Okay? Who do you want to flip off? Angel Kinder, hey, say hello. Who would you like to flip off tonight? I've given 3 very good examples, and I have to tell you, I feel so much lighter tonight because I took the opportunity to get these things off of my chest. You, too, could feel lighter tonight, if you so choose, by joining the flip off, and I'm really surprised. I mean, we have had a lot of people joining in. We've got a lot of people watching the live right now. We've got people sending us McKay sending me TikTok Universe, or is it Michaela? I'm sorry, it's very hard to read this screen. Thank you. I'm not even sure I know what that means, but thank you. So we've got a bunch of people who have joined in and who have continued to watch. Not one of you, Shayla, sending me TikTok Universe. Thank you. Who do you want to flip off tonight? So I know people are, if you're watching in the horizontal view, which you may not be able to see on TikTok, you can see every single, on TikTok, you can see the comments coming through, obviously. But let's see. Somebody just lit up all their gifts in their gift gallery. I'm not used to getting gifts. I'm not a good gift receiver. So thank you. I'm blown away. I just wanted to get some things off my chest and have some fun tonight. So thank you. Still, I'm a little disappointed that none of you have taken the opportunity to join me in flipping somebody off tonight. Surely. I would have never thought in today's world that I would have to pump the audience to get somebody to join in flipping other people off. Now, I have to tell you, we used to do this. I was a host of a talk radio show in Dallas called Ernie and Jay Middays on KRLD, and we did something called the 12 o'clock flip-off, and it was a voicemail line, and I'm really looking to a way to do that because it's so much better when we can hear your voice. People would leave voicemails. I wish I still had some of them to give you an example of of the crazy things that people would flip off. And I know we were providing a public service. And so I am providing this public service to you free of charge. Who do you want to flip off tonight? And in the meantime, let's get to my... Okay, so I've flipped off people who are grossed out by snot swallowers. If you just popped in when I said snot swallowers, I'm sorry. We flipped off people who say, I have friends who are black. I'm not racist. And pickles by default on burgers. Should give you an idea of what we're looking for here in the Friday night flip off. Should we go to the fourth one? RC just popped in. Hey, RC. My name is Jeff. Just popped in. Hey, thanks for joining us. Let's see. Somebody just sent, Julie just sent TikTok Universe. Thank you so much. I feel like people like me. Okay, fourth flip off. By the way, we have flip off rules here. If you are thinking about joining in, we want to have fun. We don't use people's real names. We don't do politics. You can flip off like a bill or things like that. We don't want to get into the right and left, liberal, conservative political debates here. So if you can keep it kind of on the loose side, then we'll allow it. And finally, no personal attacks. Okay. So I feel like people are just waiting around for my flip offs. It's fine. By the way, I've been put together a file here. I have 87 flip offs that I've put together. I'm only doing 5 in a broadcast. But what I do is drive around, and anytime I get frustrated with somebody, instead of expressing that verbally or with nonverbal signals, I get out my phone and I use the voice dictation and I say, remind me to flip off so-and-so. And then that goes into my reminders and it gets put into a folder where I get to then share those flip offs with you. So it's honestly, it's a great way to maintain composure. Okay, ready for the next one? I don't even remember what these are. I put these graphics together earlier today. Martins010 just joined. Hey, Martins, thanks for joining us on the flip off. If you've got somebody you'd like to flip off tonight, now's your chance. Okay, here comes the next one. Oh, sorry. Let's bring that one back. Let's bring back flipping off pickles by default on burgers. And let's go to... I don't feel like I've offended anybody yet. It's like, I thought for sure that the people grossed out by snot swallowers would bring some clapback. That didn't work. I think probably most people agree with me flipping off people who say they're not racist because they have friends of their that ethnicity. But I really thought pickles would get to some people. Maybe my argument was just too strong against pickles by default. VJ just sent a TikTok Universe. Thank you, VJ. I appreciate it. I would appreciate you flipping somebody off tonight. I just can't believe I'm begging for flip-offs. What is going on here? Okay. Okay, so multi-level marketing. This one should be obvious, but I live in Utah, and there is a multi-level marketing company on every street corner practically, and I have been approached by members of every, we call them wards, but every congregation that I've ever been in, I have been approached 3, 4, 5 times a year because people look at me, and you know what happens when they're in multi-level marketing? They stop looking at me as a friend. They stop looking at me as a brother, as a fellow congregant. You know what they see? They see, I'm going to pull it up. I didn't, no, I'm not going to do it because I might mess up my system. Do you remember in the cartoons, like Donald Duck cartoons? What was it? The Jack and the Beanstalk Donald Duck one, where they're so hungry that when they start looking at each other, instead of seeing the actual person, they see them cooked and steaming on a plate of food. You know what I'm talking about? This is what happens when you're a member of a multi-level marketing organization. You stop seeing me as a member of your congregation, a member of your ward, as a friend, an associate. What you see when you look at me, as opposed to this specimen of a creature, is you see a steaming pile of cash on a plate. That's what you see when you look at me. Why? Because I appear to be outgoing. I appear to have a lot of friends. I certainly must have a lot of followers as a talk radio host. I certainly must have a lot of friends and associates having run for Congress. So what do you see? You see a steaming pile of cash. This is what multi-level marketing does to you. It turns friends, family, and associates and church members into steaming piles of cash. Guzman sent over a TikTok universe. Thank you, Guzman. Is there somebody you want to flip off tonight? Let's see. Somebody lit up all their gifts in their galleries. I couldn't see the name. I apologize. Maybe if I pull this down. No, that's not going to do it. Okay. Snake, Pliskin, thanks for joining us. Say hello. Delium, say hello. Tell me who you want to flip off tonight. So this is what multi-level marketing does to people. And that's why it's so sad. It's just so sad. Because you stop looking at people as human beings. It's just sad. You see them as a member of your downline. It's happened to me in every congregation I've ever been a member of. Oh, and by the way, I'm autistic. I am basically afraid to go outside. The person who you see right now, the person who you heard on the radio, that person is, it's a show. This is a character that I've developed. Outgoing, friendly. Now, I'm happy. I will talk to people when I'm around them, but I've never, ever introduced anybody to myself in my entire life. I love speaking in front of large groups, but the minute I'm done, I want to go cower in the background or sneak off the stage. I'm more comfortable in front of 10,000 people than I am in front of one. So people see this side of me that is a persona that I've developed to be a professional. And they think, oh my goodness, this guy could make me so much cash in my downline. Just think about it. If you're a member of a multi-level organization right now, how do you view, I mean, when you're automatically asked, for very first thing, who do you know who might be interested in this incredible money-making opportunity? Or maybe you're just completely altruistic about it and you don't look at it as, I am a steaming pile of cash for you. Maybe you look at it like you have a steaming pile of cash to give to me. The whole concept to me is, now there are organizations who employ a type of multi-level marketing, but it's different, like agencies and things like that, where you are a legitimate business owner. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But today, I am flipping off multi-level marketing companies and members of multi-level marketing companies if you employ the strategies. Oh, and while we're at it, the whole I'm not going to tell you what it is thing. Like it's a ground level import export company. It's ground level. Well, yeah, it's ground level because you're underneath 200 other people. You're in their downline. So, yeah, you're at ground level. I understand that. But I can't tell you how many times I have been lied to in order to get me set down in front of somebody so that they can then position me perfectly and prepare me perfectly to be pitched on their multi-level marketing company. If you can't be honest up front about what it is, then maybe you should rethink your involvement. All right? So today, you get the bird. Nicodemus popped in to say hello. Hey, Nicodemus. Still no takers on the flip-off. I'm just scrolling back. Not one person, not one of you has taken the opportunity to use my services and flip somebody else off. I gotta tell you, I'm disappointed. Are you ready for the next one? You probably just, if I didn't get you with the other ones, this one might get you. Okay, so here it is. Tricky Star says, whoa, is J-Mac back? Tricky Star, I've been away. I agree. I have been posting videos about my recent autism diagnosis, which if you haven't watched those and you look at me and you say, J-Mac, you're not autistic, go and look at the 35 different symptoms that I've posted on TikTok. I'd love to know what you think. But as far as politics, Tricky Star, I have stepped way back. I still watch it. I'm still as informed as I ever was. I am still as opinionated as I ever was. But I have chosen purposely not to participate. And the reason for that is because I used to believe, and maybe I've just become an absolute cynic, I used to believe that there would be people who would still listen. Not that I could change their minds, but that I could at least give them pause for a second. At least say something and they're like, I haven't thought of that before. Because I have a very unique way of looking at things. I don't typically get caught up in the higher level emotional side. I focus on bottom-up thinking as part of autism. You look at the specifics. Tricky Star says, you change hearts and minds, you change mine. Tricky Star. Wow, thank you. You're supposed to be flipping people off tonight, and here you are sending me love. I know. Dang it. This is my problem. I feel like I'm just pouring fire on the flames right now. Like the minute we're in a place now where the minute that you say a view that is contrary to somebody else, you're not somebody who disagrees with them. You're somebody who hates them, who despises them, who is trying to cut them deep. And their response is equivalent to that. So I just don't know. I know there's a group of people out there who are in the center, who are watching both sides and just saying, come on. I mean, come on. This is just crazy that we can't engage in a debate. Tricky Star says, hey, I'm not telling you to change what you're doing now. You do you. I just want you to know you did. Well, I can't tell you how much that means to me. And I don't think that I could ever stay away. But I I am taking a break because um, I I'm just hoping that honestly, I'm hoping that things are going to get bad enough. This is going to sound horrible, and you should flip me off for this. That people realize, and I think we're starting to see it, that people realize that the direction we're on is not working. And maybe they'll start opening their minds a little bit. I don't know. That's my hope. And then I'll come right back through the door and I'll say, here I am. Remember me? But Tricky Star, you and me together, you have made my night. So thank you for that. Tricky Star, do you have anybody you want to flip off tonight? The goal of this broadcast is to encourage people to get things off of their chest, to instead of verbally or visually expressing their anger at somebody who they experienced today, come on the program and share who you want to flip off. Now, I have flipped off people who think it's gross to... Oh, Tricky Star says, oh man, no, not tonight. Tonight's a good night. Well, it could be better. There's got to be something you can get off your chest. But I'm going to try and do this on Fridays. This is everybody's homework. As you go through the week, I want you to, when you experience that moment of frustration, you say to yourself and you make a note. You do what I do. You make a note on your phone, a reminder, and you say, you know what? Next Friday night, when JMac comes on, I am going to vent there. And then other people can commiserate with me. They can tell you I'm right, or I'm wrong, whatever. So if you're just joining us, I have flipped off people who are grossed out by snot swallowing. I don't understand what the difference is. Once it's in your throat, you've already experienced all of it. Lee just sent me a TikTok universe. I think it was Lee. I couldn't see the whole name. I apologize. Then I flipped off people who feel the need to say, I'm not racist. I have friends of that ethnicity. Worst possible thing that you could say. Demolina? And it goes by so fast. Lit up all their gifts. Thank you so much. Then I flipped off pickles by default on burgers. Pickles should be an add-in, not a take-off. And I detailed why that is. Rafiq just joined. Thanks for joining us. Chris also popping in. This is your chance tonight to share with us who you would like to flip off tonight. Okay, Tricky Star says, amen to default onions and pickles. Agreed. A burger should not have onions and it should not have pickles by default. I would even take off tomatoes. Take off the tomatoes. But I can survive if you forget that I don't want tomatoes and you leave them on there. I can take them off. But pickles, I can't take them off. Can't do it because they've already polluted the whole thing. They polluted the bag. My whole car is going to smell like pickles now. Can't stand it. Okay, and then I flipped off multi-level marketing. And if you missed it, you should go back and watch this because it went on a huge diatribe about what multi-level marketing does to people and how they view you. So here we go. My final flip off for the night. And hopefully I've given you enough training and education as to how the flip off works, that next Friday you will come prepared. You will have done your homework. Tricky Star says, okay, we diverge at tomatoes, but the patty needs to be the hero of the burger. Yes. Yes. Amen. Yes. We do have rules for the flip off. We want to have fun. I've had fun tonight. Hope you have. No names, no politics, no personal attacks. Okay? We can talk about political type things. Like I talked about saying, I'm not racist. I have friends who are black. It's a very kind of 50,000 foot viewpoint. I should wear my glasses. Dalby is the last name, or the last part of your just sent me something. Thank you so much. Okay, my final flip off for the night is, here we go. People who sing along at concerts. Yeah, I'm flipping you off. I'm flipping you off. You think that I paid $50 so that I can go and join a choir and sing and not hear the person performing? That's what you think that I don't want singing along at concerts. Now, when the artist says, holds out the microphone in that moment for that verse, knock yourself out. But I watch, I don't watch, they come up on my TikTok. They come up on TikTok and they're videos of performers and at a concert, and you can't even hear them because the crowd is so loud. Here's what I think. Now, usually when I come with a flip off, I come with a solution. I gave you a solution when people accuse you of racism. Don't say, I'm not racist. I have friends who are black. Just say, no, I'm not. That's it. Just trying to put you on the defensive. Just say, no, I'm not. Can we get back to the point? So that's a solution. Pickles on burgers, gave you a solution. And that is, don't make them default. You have to add pickles. And Tricky Star says, also for pickles, he says, we diverge on tomatoes. Okay. Multi-level marketing, my solution is, don't do it. And my solution for people who sing along at concerts, they already do this with musicals, with movies. They have sing-along concerts or sing-along showings, right? Because the kids want to sing along, and it's got to be great. I'm not saying, I'm sure everybody's singing along. It's like this great communal experience, and you're all bonding, and it's just this incredible thing. And there I am, giving all of you the bird because I paid to hear and see the performer perform. If I wanted to be a member of the choir, you should be paying me. So this is my solution. Sing-along concerts and non-sing-along concerts. That's my solution. Or you can sing when the performer invites you to sing. Sing when spoken to. Do not sing otherwise. This is, and I'm waiting for everybody's so kind tonight. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to stir some stuff up and I can't do it. Man, if I would have come on and given a political hot take, this message board would look like a stock ticker. Yeah. Don't sing at concerts. Have a sing-along version and a non-sing-along version, or tell a crowd you're welcome to sing when I invite you to sing. It's the reason also because I hate being in large crowds. I probably won't be going to concerts anyway, but I've probably been to 3 concerts in my whole life. I've been to a Norah Jones. Oh, I went to an EMF concert when I was a lot younger. My brother bought tickets. Do you remember EMF? Can anybody, just off the top of your head, without without Googling it. What is the one hit wonder that EMF is famous for? I'll give you a minute. EMF. Okay, so I went to EMF, went to a Nora Jones. That was tickets from the radio station that I worked for. Who else? I worked the food court at a Paul Young and Amy Grant concert when I was a teenager. Oh, I went to a summer jam in Oakland. This was one of those concerts that had everybody, all the popular singers of the time. It was all LL Cool J, Kool Moe Dee, Dino. Do you remember Dino? Summer Girls. It was hosted by, wow, I can't believe her name just jumped out of my head. The former Miss America, who got booted because she had some nudes. Who am I thinking about? So she hosted it. LL, Kool Moe Dee, Dino. There are like 13 bands there. So I did go to that one. It was miserable. It was all day long. So went to that one. And then I've seen Garth Brooks twice. So not a big concert goer in the first place. But if you are somebody who sings at a concert when they don't ask you to sing, I'm flipping you off today. Okay, Tricky Star, finally, Tricky Star has broken through with our first flip off of the night. I knew you could do it. So here we go. Tricky Star says, I want to flip off those who put both carry-ons in the overhead bins on planes. And they try and hide it, right? They try and hide it. Now, something I've learned about my autistic brain is I pre-plan everything, how I get on the plane, where I'm going to do everything. And this is something that I do, and maybe you want to flip me off, Tricky Star, is I will not wait. Like if the plane is getting full and I get on and I look down the aisle and the aisles are full and people are putting their stuff in the overheads and they look like they might be filling up, I'll put my carry-on in the bins forward of that, closer to the front of the plane. Do you want to flip me off? Because I've had people get mad at me at it before. Somehow they feel like your overhead is supposed to be right over your head. I'm not aware of any particular rule about that. But, and it's not just, by the way, Tricky Star, it's not just the people who put two items in the overhead. It's when the overhead, the one item is like a, you know what I'm talking about? It's like a long sleeping bag, and they're up there trying their best to get it shoved up there and taking everybody else's time. Adam just joined us. Adam, thanks for popping in. This is the Friday Night Flip Off, where we encourage you to cleanse your soul before you go to bed tonight and flip off somebody who got you angry today, got you frustrated. I have my 5 flip offs of the night there on the board. Like it's top 5 flip offs on the board. Tricky Star says if it's only one carry-on and not your only carry-on, then you're good. So Tricky Star doesn't have a problem if I put the carry-on forward of where I'm sitting. It also makes it easier because you don't get up and have to stand there. You can just get up and go and then pick yours up later on. But yeah, I've already done my 5 flip-offs. And we do have rules, in case you're wondering. We want to have fun. No name calling. No politics. and no personal attacks. Maybe that just takes away all the fun. Maybe I've just clipped the wings of this thing before it can even take off. What do you think, Adam? And Ken has joined. Ken, if I'm not sure if you're still with us, Yakubovich, Northier than you has joined in. Duyan user joined. Daniel Ryan Designs has joined. Hey guys, if you are just popping in for the first time, you have found the Friday Night Flip Off, your opportunity to Luce, thank you for the TikTok universe. I'll try and read those as they come. They flash up really quick though. But I've got this crazy setup for you. I'll tell you someday how I've got this set up, because on one computer I'm going out to TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I'm aggregating the comments from all of them. So if something worthwhile comes up on the YouTube or something, I can bring it up and I can show it over on the TikTok side. Goku69 also joining us. This is a Friday Night Flip Off, your opportunity to get something off of your chest. Tonight I have flipped off people who think it's gross to swallow your snot. People who, hey Daniel, I have flipped off people who say, I'm not racist, I have friends who are black. People who think pickles should be on burgers by default. People who practice or employ multi-level marketing. That one was too easy. I should take that one back. Way too easy. And finally, people who sing along in concerts as if I paid to hear you sing. Just stop. I didn't pay to hear you sing. And again, we have rules. These rules are basically designed so that we don't get banned. And I still hold that out as a possibility. But it's also so we just keep it fun. You know, there's so much stuff going on out there that we could argue about, that we could attack each other about. And this is really just an opportunity to kind of get things off your chest, commiserate a little bit, enjoy each other's company. So we want to have fun. We don't use people's actual names. Try and steer clear of politics unless it's like a 50,000 foot view. And we don't do personal attacks. Tricky Star, another flip off. Tricky Star, you said you were not going to join in on the flip offs. You lied. Tricky Star says, I want to flip off people who talk at the movies, the ones who don't even try to whisper, they just talk. Yeah. There are things that will subtly annoy me. Like, oh, come on. This is one of those things that will infuriate me to the point where actually a couple of times in my life, Rosie just sent a TikTok universe. Thank you, Rosie. I still don't know what that means, but Arquin is the last part of your username. That's all I can see. Just lit up all their gifts. Thank you. Again, I don't know what that means. But thank you. I'm assuming it's a compliment. You're not taking gifts away from me. Okay, back. I get distracted. Okay, so back to the talking in movie theaters. There are a couple of times when I have become that guy. You know who I'm talking about. I've become Mr. Get Off My Lawn, where first I will try and throw my voice. You know, they're like back here to the left. And so I'll cover my hands and I'll be like, quiet. And I'm trying to bounce it off of the walls in the other direction. Because I don't want to get in a fight. I just want you to shut up. So I'm like, oh, quiet. Or I'll do the you know, the, you know, try and, you know, be really overt physically, like, you know. But if all of those subtle tactics have not worked, then on 2 or 3 occasions, I have become that guy and I have gotten up, walked out of the movie theater, found an employee, and I have told on that person. And I don't feel bad about it. So, Tricky Star, I am right there with you. And there's a couple others, movie theaters. This one is just, let's see. We have detected inactivity during your current live. Complete the verification to continue your current live. Okay, I'm completing. Here we go. Verification. I just don't know if my volume is loud enough. Like, I normally don't have to have my microphones. Oh, come on. How many verifications do I have to do here? I do a lot of videos and video calls, Zoom calls, and things like that. And I've never had to have my microphone this potted up before. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it cracking? Is it breaking up? Is the audio quality good? Because, man, it takes a long time to dial in your audio. I really don't want to have to go through that again. Getting getting sidetracked. Back to you, Tricky Star. People who crunch their popcorn like it's... I mean, I don't think there's a popcorn famine, but that's bothersome. People who slurp the bottom of their sodas. You can hear the autism now, can't you? John Cook just joined in. I don't think it's my brother John Cook because there's an E at the end. My half brother is John Cook, but no E. Cindy Norris Belcher also joining in. And I happen to know a Belcher too. So maybe a lot of family chiming in today. Tricky Star says your audio is good, and I'm the guy that has told movie theater staff on the poorly calibrated sound. Yeah, absolutely. If the audio's not good, sometimes the image will be dim for some reason. I haven't experienced a lot of video or audio issues recently, but that used to be a much bigger problem. Obviously, people on their phones. We can add that to the flip off, and we could just do a whole flip off on movie theaters here, right? I understand that things happen, but getting there late, walking in after the previews. Oh, and let's add to that, Tricky Star, talking during the previews. Don't talk during the previews. If you talk during the previews, I'm flipping you off. I want to see the previews. And if you just jabberjawing away during the previews, you're taking away from my experience. I'm just wondering, what is it? Like, bring a little notepad, bring a little legal pad and a pen. And when you're thinking about talking during a movie or the previews, and you need to tell somebody something, just write it down. Bring a little stylus, just write it down. Remind me after the movie that I need to talk to so-and-so about this. Just write it down. Yeah. Okay. What else is going on? So, Tricky Star, you win the prize tonight. You've been the only person who has participated in flipping other people off besides me. Like I said, I have 87 of these lined up, and I'll give you some examples of some of the subjects here. I don't know if I can do that without actually doing the actual flip off, so maybe I can't do that. If you are just joining us, this is the Friday night flip off. Hopefully it will be allowed to, to continue. This is your opportunity to flip something off. Tricky Star has flipped off people who put 2 carry-ons in the overhead compartment. I am with you. And I know Tricky Star feels better. And also people who talk in movie theaters. Oh, you just reminded me of a couple here. Hang on. See, this is what you do. This is what I want you all to do. This is your homework this week. Before we get ready, I got to tell my computer to stop listening. I don't know if you can see, but I have tremors. It's not Parkinson's. I have something called essential tremors, and I should flip that off tonight. So I shake. So it's very hard to use a keyboard. So I use voice dictation for just about everything. And but I can't do that while we're on the air. So, but let's see, flip off. See, I'm making notes for the next flip off. Flip off people who, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to wait and see. Okay. Tricky Star says, I'm not too far away. Let's grab lunch. We have met during your campaign at a cottage meeting. I would love that. I think that would be really cool. DM me and let's set that up. Or you could just email me. My email is really simple. TheJaymac, TheJaymac, thejaymac@gmail.com. It's very hard to get me out of the house, though, I will tell you. Let's see. Any other flip-offs tonight? Hang on, I just thought of another flip-off. We've been going for an hour. That's a good run for 5 of my flip-offs. And again, if you're just joining us, Linda just popped in. Hey, Linda, thanks for joining us. Am I supposed to click here and say hi? Let me see. Oh, I thought I was just supposed to say hi, like on the live. I'm gonna say hi. I guess I'm supposed to click these. Say hi. Say hi. Hang on. I learn all the tricks. It's been a long time since I've live streamed, and most recently it's been political content. But I have taken a complete break from all of that for my own sanity, and because I just don't know that it does any good right now. So I'm on hiatus. I am still as educated. I still watch. My wife will tell you the news is on constantly. I have the 4-channel spread up on my TV, 4 different news networks up on my TV in the background all the time. So it's not like I stopped caring. I've had to reevaluate my approach to how I'm going to try and have an impact. Because I am not the type of person, if I wanted to just chase views and subscribers, then I would just come on and just yell my opinions as loud as possible and attack people and all of those things. The reason I got into politics, the reason I got into talk radio is because I wanted to have a difference. I want to have an impact on the debate, and if I can't have a positive impact, and I actually deem that I'm having a negative impact, then I'm going to pull away. And that's just not the way that you get views and likes. You know, the way you get views and likes is you pick an opinion and you assault anybody who disagrees with you, and you never get off that opinion, and it just nothing good comes from that. And I'm not going to participate in that. I'm not interested in selling my soul for views and likes. I'm just not. So I am interested in selling my souls. Yes, I have more than one. Voldemort. I am interested in selling my soul to get views and like, to offer you a place where you can flip other people off in the kindest, most reasonable possible way. The way the flip off works, because we have a lot of people just popping in. Eshton, Egypt. I hesitate reading some of these names. Helmerud, Steve. Hey guys, thanks for popping in. You've found the Friday Night Flip Off, where I take the opportunity to flip off 5 things or people or things that have happened to me in the last week, or things that I have stored up in my subconsciousness over the years. And I invite you to do the same. Tonight, I've flipped off people who are grossed out by those who swallow their own snot. I have flipped off people who say, I'm not racist, I have friends who are black. I have flipped off restaurants who put pickles on burgers by default. Flipped off people and organizations who look at me and they don't see me as a person. They see me as a steaming pile of cash because they want me to be part of their downline and their multi-level marketing scheme. And finally, I flipped off people who sing along in concerts as if I paid $50 to join a choir. So we've had some of you join in and share your own flip-offs tonight. It's real easy. You just type in, I want to flip off, like Tricky Star did. People who put 2 items in the overhead storage compartment. Pretty simple. And you get it off your chest. But we do have rules. The rules keep us from getting banned. Let's have fun. Let's have a place on the interwebs where we can just have fun. Yeah, I find that I get off TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever I'm watching, and man, sometimes it just weighs me down. But I keep going back and back and back for more. So there's got to be a place where we can just hang out and have some fun. So no names. No politics. You can do politics at a really high level, but I do not want to get into left and right politics here. Not a chance. And no personal attacks. Those are the only guidelines. Those are the only rules. So, Wubitsamarshi 269. Hello. T King. Hello. Thanks for popping in. Felix Cabrera, hello. Thanks for popping in. I didn't know if all of the technical part of the stream would work tonight because I've literally got 4 or 5 streams going out. And in order to get this to go out on TikTok the way I wanted to, it actually leaves my computer through an HDMI source, goes out through an HDMI capture card and back into the same computer. I'm sure there are a bunch of better ways that I could have done that, but I'm watching my resources and my Mac is keeping up. So unless we get some people who want to participate in the flip off tonight, I knew we would need a training period to get this going. For people to catch the spirit of it, maybe it's just going to be me venting my own flip-offs for the Friday Night Flip-Off. Maybe that's what it's going to be. We've had great turnout tonight, so I know people have enjoyed it. A lot of people have sent me some very nice things tonight, so I'm encouraged by that. I'm going to try and do these Friday night, 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Friday night, 10 o'clock Mountain Standard. Bring your flip-offs, okay? Who do you want to flip off? And again, this is a service humbly provided by JMac so that you can go into your weekend feeling rejuvenated and refreshed and ready to face the world. So I think that's all I've got tonight. Join me again I do post commentary. Now, recently I've been posting different things from my autism diagnosis. And if you look at me and you say, you don't have autism, well, that's part of the problem. It's not really something you can see, but I posted about 35 videos of the different things that my brain does. I would love for you to watch those, to tell me, because what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to determine what, because I've always viewed all of these behaviors and things that my brain does as normal. I've always looked out and thought everybody is like this. It's only recently that I've come to understand that no, that is not the case. So I have put together a bunch of different videos, where I say this is how my mind works with this thing. Please tell me if you think that this is something that is normal or neurotypical. So the other thing I've been doing is I've been posting, I'm calling them thought questions and into deep questions. And basically, it's a question that will make you think about your political position on an issue. They're quick. They're 11 seconds long. And so if you want to see those on my feed, I've been debating getting back to politics, but I'm not ready for that. So for now, it's just going to be daily posts about my diagnosis and about, just different ways to look at things that are happening in the world. And then the Friday night flip off. And David joining us on the YouTube. So David's having volume problems as well. So David, you can't hear me very well. I don't understand what is going on. Let me try something here. Whoa. Okay, maybe that's the problem. All right, I think I might have discovered the problem. Tell me now, at the end of the broadcast, is that better, David? That would make a lot of sense. Let me see if I can make that change because I had to turn it down over here. Again, this is my first time back in a long time, so David says it's great now. Awesome, David. See, you popped in at just the right time. Let me see, while I've got people here, let me see if I can fix it on the TikTok side of the world. Here, devices, sound, microphone. Okay. Yep, there it is. All right, on the TikTok side, you should be hearing me much better now as well. If you're listening on TikTok, you should have just heard my audio pop up quite a bit. Let me know. A lot of people just jumping in. Only Jamie Vegas. Hello. Dead just joined. Hey, Dad. Charlie Brown joining us. Awesome. Logan joining us. Let's see. I wonder. Let's see. Logan. Amijad also joining us. I'm wondering if the volume was so low that people weren't getting notified about the stream as much. Although we've had great, in my opinion, we've had a lot of people checking in tonight. But let's do this again quickly. If you are just joining us, this is something that I used to do on the radio when I was in Dallas. It was called the 12 o'clock flip off. And what we would do is we would let people call a voicemail line and flip off something that just happened to them. I wish I still had it. I don't think I do. The most famous flip off we ever had it was Ernie and Jay Middays on KRLD in Dallas. I was there for 5 years. No, I don't have it. It was about cornbread. A lady went to her favorite restaurant. She sat down and they had beans but they didn't have any cornbread. And so she called the flip off line and she went off on not having cornbread. So that's how the flip off works. You basically type in, wow, the audio volume is doing something here. I think we're going to have to start the flip off over because now we're getting people just popping in like crazy. So my bet is because we had the audio problem, and David over on YouTube, you're the one who solved it. Thank you. Now all of a sudden this thing is going crazy. So we're gonna start from fresh here. If you're just joining us, hello and welcome to the Friday Night Flip Off. Here's the way the flip off works. This is your opportunity to flip off someone, something, some system, some person in your life that you experienced today or this week or last year. And instead of taking matters into your own hands, this is your chance to flip them off. So basically you type in, I want to flip off so-and-so, ... And then I read them, and then we all laugh, and everybody commiserates. There are rules, though. First of all, we're doing this to have fun. This is not meant to be a political broadcast where we flip off people who disagree with us politically. I do encourage disagreement about any of the flip-offs, but in doing so, we don't use names, we don't do politics, and no personal attacks, okay? Nobody's even attacked me tonight over my flip-offs. So I'll give you some quick examples of how the flip-off works. I brought 5 of my own, and what I'd like you to do throughout this week is as you reach a moment where you're thinking about putting the bird out the window or saying something under your breath to your boss or, I don't know, saying something to your spouse, instead of doing that, just make a note on your phone or somewhere else. I'm going to use this on the Friday Night Flip Off with J Mac on Friday. So I laugh at this one because it really makes me look like a 12-year-old, but I am, so just deal with it. So I want to flip off people who are grossed out by snot swallowers. I cracked myself up. I'm serious about this. How many times you've been in the movie theater and it's like a bit, and you know it's going to happen. Somebody is in a situation where for whatever reason they now have phlegm in their throat. And they have a choice. The choice is to spit it out, or the choice is to swallow it. And if they choose to swallow it, and they always do, the whole crowd goes, ew, oh, that's so gross. That's so disgusting. Why? It's already in your mouth. You've already swashed it around. If you're going to spit it up, you're going to gather it all together in one spot. You're going to formulate it into a nice, tidy package, and you're going to hack it out of your face. That, to me, is worse than just going, moving on with your life. And you're not leaving some slimy, gross, nasty thing on the road. That's disgusting. Spitting it out is disgusting. Swallowing it, what's the problem? It's not like you taste it anymore. It's not like it lasts longer in your throat. So if you think it's gross, if you were grossed out by me swallowing my own snot, I'm flipping you off. So that should give you an idea of how the flip-off works. Nick just joined us. Serial Clown joined us. Marty Feldman, nice. Bellaroni, Kyle Mack, Gigantosaurus, nice. Robbie, Jacob Jingleheimer, man, awesome. So that's an example of how the flip-off works. So if you have a flip-off, I would love to hear it. My next one, I'll just go through these quickly. My next one is I want to flip off people who, when accused of racism, they say, I'm not racist. I have friends who are ... As the worst possible thing you can say. Let me give you a better answer. If somebody accuses you of racism, here's your answer. No, I'm not. Would you like to go back and focus on what we were talking about? Oh, you're a racist. No, I'm not. If you feel the need to prove that you're not a racist, don't do it. Because when you do it, I just don't understand why people still think that like this is a viable thing to say. So I'm flipping you off if you do that. Let's see what else. Flipped off pickles that are put on burgers by default. Pickles should not be a default item. Because if they forget to take them off, that burger is ruined. You can take off tomatoes. You can take off lettuce. You cannot. That pickle juice has polluted and slimed and contaminated that entire burger. There is no recourse besides returning the item. Pickles should not be default on burgers. And to anyone who thinks they should, or any restaurant who thinks that they should, tonight, on this Friday Night Flip Off, I am flipping you off. C-Note just popped in. Hey, C-Note. Thanks for stopping by. Say hello. And then, let's see here. Just moving through those. I flipped off multi-level marketing. That one's kind of really broad. And I explained why. Because it turns all your friends, family, church members, congregants, associates, turns them from humans into steaming piles of cash. Like if you were starving, you'd only see them roasting on a plate. Takes out humanity. Stop it. And then the last one, people who sing along at concerts. Did I really just pay $50? My hat. But the camera's reversed. So, is that right? Okay. Oh, you can kind of see my microphone. Look at that. See that? It's actually a lot closer. And people, let's do another flip off quick. And I'm gonna put it in my notes, so we'll add it to a flip off later. People who put huge microphones in front of their face in videos. You don't. It's like. Hang on. It's like this. If I was doing the flip off like this. Hi, my name is J. Mac McFarland. Welcome to the program. This is how you look. More like this. Just stop. You know, there are lapel mics. And if you take the time, just take the time, watch a bunch of videos. If you take the time, you can get your microphone good enough because nobody's expecting, people want a quality image much more than they want quality audio. And I think the pandemic really changed that. People don't demand high quality audio for shorts or streaming or whatever. High quality video can really help retention and those kind of things. But having the microphone like this, you don't have to do it. And with today's technology, I mean, look, see the microphone? If I can even, let's see if I can get even closer. Watch this. Okay, I'll put it right here. Now watch it. That is the coolness of technology today. Look how close I can have that microphone. Look at that. It's right there. I don't normally keep it that close because, again, I'm not that concerned. Now, when I do voiceover work and I do podcasts and those kind of things, I do get a lot closer on that microphone. But for something like that, you don't need the microphone in front of your face. So I'm flipping you off today too. Let's see, Nicholas Bloom stopping in. Hello, Brain Fog. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Thanks for joining us. John Cook keeps popping in and out. Again, you can't be my half brother because there's no E in his name is John Cook. Let me see if I can see your you don't have an image. There's no way that anyway, I get sidetracked. Okay. So I think at this point we're probably going to wrap it up. We've been going for about an hour and a half. What I'd like you to do is all this week, make notes of your flip-offs and come prepared. Come with your homework done. Because I feel like I did a lot of flip-offs tonight. And I know there are a lot of those out there who have your own flip-offs. So we'll try this out again next Friday. Gabby, thanks for the TikTok universe. And I'll have 5 fresh flip-offs for you. And I promise they're going to be good. I don't know if they're ever going to be as good as flipping off people who don't like snot swallowers. I don't know if I can rise to that level every single time. But I will do my best. All right, so I am going to go ahead and sign out. Thanks again for everybody who joined, everybody who sent me cool stuff that I'm not really sure what it is because I'm older and I'm not really keyed in on what all the streaming things are so much. But thank you, and look for me next week, 10 p.m. MST, Friday Night Flip-Off. And then throughout the week, I do post regular videos, and the content is questions, political questions, but I'm not ramming anything down your throat. I'm strategically asking questions to encourage thought and to get people to think outside of their box. And I've also been showing videos about my recent autism diagnosis. I would love for you to look at those videos and tell me if you do those things, if those behaviors that I share, about 30 of them, and I've got a bunch more coming. If you do those, if you think those things are neurotypical or neurodivergent, because I'm trying to sort out in my mind what's happening in here that everybody does, and what's happening in here that is pretty unique to me, and how do I build workarounds and improve around those things. So and I am going to be hosting a separate podcast that's based upon late diagnosed autism, and I'm very excited about that. I'll share more with you about that on upcoming broadcasts. At any rate, thank you so much for joining tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, and store up those flips for me for next week. I can't wait. I am looking forward to them. So I'm going to end here on TikTok. Bye now. And then I will finish up on all the other socials.